September of last year, and tonight she will be working on Project 7, research the topic. She needs to use sources, collect information, support the topic. I'll be welcoming Callie Rogers in her speech, Battlefield. Callie Rogers.
When are you going to bring a nice boy home? Do you even like boys anyways? Callie, you should totally go out with my friend Steve. You'd absolutely love him. I'm sick and tired of people giving me dating advice. I will date someone when I'm good and ready. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, I want to talk to you tonight about dating. We've all been there. Whether you've been married for 50 years or single for 5 years, we've all dealt with the struggles and the heartaches of dating. Dating's like a battlefield. We have to prepare, we have to strategize, and we have to endure. So tonight, I'm going to give you a few statistics and a few tips, because you never know. One day, you may be like me and 54 million Americans who are single and ready to mingle. So you'll find on your desk a paper with some dating statistics that I will get to in a few moments. I have been single after a long 6-year relationship. And let me tell you, dating has drastically changed. No longer are we meeting people at cafes and at grocery stores. We're meeting people on mobile websites like Tinder, Match.com, and eHarmony. If you look at the paper that I placed on each of your tables, on the top right-hand side, you'll find a graph. And it talks about how from 2013 to 2015, the increase of the use of mobile platforms. From age 18 to 24, it almost tripled on the amount of people that use mobile platforms rather than conventional dating styles. That kind of makes sense. This younger age group likes to use mobile platforms. However, if you go further down on the graph, you'll see that 55 to 64 has doubled from 6% to 12%. It's become a more acceptable, better way to find new people in the area. It's become so successful that 17% of last year's marriages were between two couples that met online. 17%, that's a large number. It's so unique though. These mobile platforms get the chance to target on niche markets, such as Christian Mingle or FarmersOnly.com. My best friend's husband likes to make fun of me. He says that I'm a farmer and I live in the middle of nowhere. And not only does he suggest that I need to use FarmersOnly.com, he also says, Callie, you'll never be lonely with FarmersOnly.com. He thinks it's hilarious. I don't find it too funny. Mobile websites have become a great way to meet people. However, people still like to meet face-to-face. And one way that some of these people meet are going to a bar or a club. Me, it's not really my scene. I like to describe it as a watering hole in the middle of the jungle where all the animals are in heat. The later the night gets, the wilder the animals get. In fact, 9% of women find relationships in bars. Only 9%. And only 2% of men find relationships in bars. It's not really a great place to meet people. I guess it's not really the right place to find Mr. Right. Perhaps Mr. Right now. So we're going to bars, we're trying to meet people through bars, we're using mobile websites. Those things have kind of changed throughout the last couple of years. But one thing that hasn't changed is our friends and our family setting us up on blind dates. If you look again on the chart that I gave you, on the bottom left-hand side of the chart, it talks about how committed relationships began. 63% of relationships were started through friends and family setting people up. Which makes sense. Your friends and your family really know who you are and could pick someone that they think you would be compatible with. However, it's not always super successful. One of my absolute worst dates was a setup between my best friend Kaylee with a guy named Chris. She told me that him and I would get along great. So I met with him at a restaurant. As we sat down to talk, he talked. He went on and on and on and on. He would not shut up. When I finally got the chance to say a word, I talked to him about my job and how I got the chance to travel. And I said to him, Chris, oh my gosh, Little Rock, Arkansas is such a great city. Little Rock in general is a great, great state. Have you ever been there? And he goes, oh, Oh my gosh, would that piñata look awesome in my room? No, I've never seen your room, nor will I ever. My friend setting me up wasn't that much of a success, but some of it works out for people. My grandparents were set up on a blind date between two friends and have been together for 65 years. So it works for a lot of people, just not that situation for me. So that brings me to first dates. Now, first dates can be extremely nerve-wracking. My thoughts usually are, oh my gosh, what are we going to talk about? Am I talking too much? Am I not saying enough? How do I look? Am I too desperate? You just need to calm down, take a breath, and look at these statistics on this paper. On the top right-hand side, you will see the most important things on a first date. This was a survey done in 2014, and it found that personality was actually the #1 trait for a first date. So it's actually relieving that people are more worried about who you are and what you believe in rather than your education and your career, because that was ranked last, with only 10% of people think that's important. The study also found, if you look down the bottom right-hand side of the paper, that most people don't really trust their first dates. 78% of people said that they don't believe what their date is saying 100% of the truth. So if you don't like someone on that first date, maybe give them a second chance, because they may be lying. So what do these statistics mean to you, and how will this help you in dating? You never know when you may become single. I am an example of that. But I hope these statistics help you a little bit. Set your mind at ease. Like I said, we have to prepare, we have to strategize, and we have to endure. Some of these ways may not work for you, but they may work for me. So try a few things out, see what works for you. My best advice to you is to have fun, be yourself, and be safe.